All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this daily forecast for tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be Wednesday, July 8th, 2026. I know, again, I'm sorry, I'm late. I was on the road earlier and I couldn't do the forecast, but here I am right now, so let's do it. Um, if we start by looking at the economic calendar here, you can see that tomorrow we only have meeting minutes, which is not really interesting, and we have a CHF orange folder. So overall, uh, not great news coming out tomorrow. Nothing with high impact expected. So if we look at the dollar here, the dollar actually started going higher today. So that is random, I have to say. This is not what was expected. And right now we can say that this daily fair value gap has failed. The two candle rejection has failed. So yesterday I was saying that we could continue lower and sweep the rejection low right down here. But apparently that's not what price wants to do because we completely reversed. So right now it's about seeing, can we create that 4-hour fair value gap right here to continue higher from it. But yeah, we really have to wait for that 4-hour fair value gap to get created. If it does get created, then we have a good reason to look for higher prices here. Um, but yeah, that's what I would be waiting for on the dollar. Now, if we look at the majors, AU, yeah, started going lower. I don't think we're gonna get the retracement back to the fair value area, so that's not too great for tomorrow. EU, not good either. We're still waiting for the retracement back inside the weekly fair value gap. Same thing on NU. Same thing on USD Canadian. And then USDCHF. Yeah, we can continue higher. We have disrespected that daily fair value gap. Now on the 4-hour, we don't have a fair value gap. So none of the majors are really interesting for tomorrow, if I'm being honest. And also be careful because the dollar, like, yes, we're expecting higher prices, but these two candles right here, they don't make sense, right? We have this extremely bearish candle and then we have this extreme bullish candle. That means that we're in a consolidation. That means that the market is doing random things. So you want to stay away from that. And honestly, there's no majors that are interesting here. Then if we look at the metals, gold right here, we started going lower today. We didn't get the sting into the golden level or sweep that high right here. We didn't get that, but we got a very strong bearish candle. We could say, yeah, since we closed below it, this daily fair value gap has been disrespected, like I said it would. And yeah, right now, just lower prices tomorrow on gold, probably from this 4-hour fair value gap. When we create it in about 3 hours, when we create that fair value gap, ideally you want this fair value gap to be created right here, overlapping with this fair value area. Ideally, it's not mandatory, but it's the best case scenario. Um, and so yeah, just lower prices on gold tomorrow. I don't expect price to start going higher again to sweep this high. This is over. I don't think this is what's gonna happen. Okay. Now, if we look at silver, though, silver is much better. Actually, traded silver today. Very good trade. I'm still in it, but it's probably gonna hit TP very soon. Um, yeah. So basically, let me remove this. So on Monday, we got the sting, the perfect sting inside the fair value area, the fair value gap, and we had context. Everything was just perfect about silver here. And today we got a huge, I think it was down like minus 3.3% on the day. So overall, really good setup here. I hope you were able to catch it. Very honestly, that's a very easy setup. So yeah, same thing here on silver. If you want to take another trade from this, I would simply just wait for this fair value gap to get created in about 3 hours. Also, ideally, you want this fair value area to overlap. Ideally, but it might not happen. So keep that in mind. So yeah, short tomorrow on the metals, gold and silver. Then crude oil, we actually got something interesting on crude oil finally. Today we actually got some higher prices from the quarterly fair value gap. So maybe, just maybe, this could be it for crude oil. This could be the moment where we start just skyrocketing higher. Because I checked the news quickly earlier and I saw that, well, they started fighting again in the Middle East. Like, of course, we all knew that was going to happen, but yeah, they just started doing some military strikes again in the Strait of Hormuz. Couple ships, a couple ships were hit, and so yeah, I think we can definitely continue higher for the rest of the week. Now, the only thing is that we are currently inside a weekly fair value gap. So that might create a rejection. So I would rather wait for Wednesday, for Thursday, because Wednesday, right here, tomorrow, we can just create that daily fair value gap. Then on Thursday, we can just sting back into it to continue higher, like this. Okay? So, yeah, crude oil finally showing us some good signs. I'm really happy about this. Then Bitcoin again, not really doing anything, just consolidation throughout the day. So, yeah, nothing changed here on Bitcoin. Even though this candle does look mostly bullish, um, not changing my bias here. I'm very convinced about this. So, I'm still short, medium to long term on Bitcoin. Actually, for the rest of the summer, for sure. Then the indices, today was a big day on the indices, especially on Nasdaq, because the chip stocks all fell. Um, but yeah, I was right. I ended up being right about this. So basically, we just swept this daily swing high right here. Okay, we just swept this daily swing high, and then we started going lower. Um, just not the best move lower, I have to admit. Very ugly movement, but overall, I think we can continue lower. And we have this bearish 1 hour fair value gap that we can continue lower from. So yeah, overall, bearish tomorrow on the S&P, and then Nasdaq is even more bearish. As you can see, we have reached the low of that range that we had. Now the next target is definitely this low right here. Oops, sorry. I don't have my monitor, guys, by the way. So you can see that I'm struggling with my like mouse pad thing. It's really hard on TradingView, but I'm managing. Yeah, so if you look on the 4 hour here, also not great. Um Not the best move lower, but what do we have? If you take this range and you drag it all the way down here, we actually have this 4 hour fair value gap and the zero point 0.5 level. So honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we see something like this tomorrow. Okay? It would make sense to me. We could sting back inside the fair value gap and the zero point 0.5 level at the same time to then continue lower. Okay? So expect higher prices for the short term. Um, but yeah, overall, still bearish tomorrow. Then finally, we can look at our crosses. Canadian dollar GPY, this fair value gap has failed. This is not interesting anymore. Canadian dollar CHF, this has been disrespected. Not interesting anymore. New Zealand dollar CHF, this could still be interesting if we can sweep that high right here. Would be really nice. And we also have a fair value area here. So this one I'm going to keep it on the interest list. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's absolutely beautiful right here. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, very high probability. we actually created this bullish fair value gap. That third candle is just beautiful. Yeah, as soon as we get the sting inside that daily fair value gap, look for some kind of confirmation that we want to continue higher from there. But yeah, that does look very interesting for tomorrow. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. Then GBP, New Zealand dollar, buff, not so great. We're already very close to that target. I'm going to remove it. And then GBP, Australian dollar. Yeah, we're still waiting for retracement in here. That's the only thing we can do for now. So I'll keep it on the interest list. But yeah, Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, guys. I'm not gonna lie. This is not financial advice, but not gonna lie. This looks really high probability because we had this range right here, and look at the respect of the golden level. That's how you know. That's how you know that it's really high probability. And the fact that we created this daily fair value gap, this is just beautiful price action, in my opinion. All right, well, this is it for the crosses. This is it for the forecast as well. Oh, sorry. So, little recap on the dollar. Technically, we should see higher prices tomorrow, logically speaking, but again, none of the majors are interesting at the moment. So, take a step back when it comes to the majors tomorrow. Then on the metals, both gold and silver, we just want to see lower prices. Ideally, maybe even create a daily fair value gap. It might be a little bit hard on gold, but on silver, we can definitely create a daily fair value gap right here. So that's interesting. Then crude oil, really nice. We're expecting higher prices. Well, actually, no. Tomorrow we're expecting consolidation, okay? Because we're gonna get some kind of a rejection from that weekly fair value gap. And yeah, so just a consolidation here. Then on Thursday, trade back into it to continue higher. Bitcoin just consolidating, so nothing interesting. And then finally, the indices, lower prices, especially on Nasdaq. All right, well, this is it, lads. This is it for the forecast. So yeah, just be careful tomorrow. We could be stuck inside a consolidation. There's not a lot of news, so just keep that in mind. Um, but yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you for listening. Ciao.